today I'm going to be starting a vlog. My recent vlog did really well, so I'm going to piggyback off the back of that. This is going to have a main focus of how I organize and plan all different systems, and everything you need will be in this video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, as it really does support my channel. A lot of my people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. Don't worry if you don't watch to the end. I know I make long videos, but I'm sure if you watch the first 7 minutes, the end is also as good. But check out my Instagram. Everything I talk about, mention, will be all linked down in the description box as always. Cheers, I'm drinking an iced chai with a shot of espresso and oat milk. It is my current go-to. Cheers to that. Let's get on with this vlog. Step 1 in organizing and planning your life is to discover your method. This is, are you going to be fully digital, fully paper, or a combination of both? I'm a combination of both. Step 2 is that you need to find a system that works for you. If you have chosen the digital route, I personally recommend you need to find the apps that you're going to use and what calendar you're going to use, because there is a plenty out there. iCalendar, Google Calendar. If you are choosing the paper route, you need to figure out if you're going to keep a planner, a bullet journal, and if that's going to be daily or weekly, or if you're just going to plan for the month, or if you're like me and going to have a combination of both. You then need to figure out if you're going to time block or have a to-do list. There is so many different techniques and methods out there. Time blocking is where you, and everybody should, I personally think everybody should use time blocking. Time blocking is where you take one activity, one task from your to-do list, and you block out a particular amount of time of your choice to do that task and solely focusing on that task. You've got the Ivy Lee method, which the Skinny Confidential talks about, which is where you write the 6 most important tasks that you have to accomplish for that day. You can do it the night before or in the morning. You then prioritize them in order of importance. You then start and you focus again solely on one task, and then whatever you don't finish, you move to the next day and you repeat the process. This was founded and coined in 1918, and it's clearly a system that a lot of professionals use, so that is interesting to check out. Another technique that I don't particularly use because I don't find I work more productively for longer, but the Pomodoro technique, and that's 25 minutes on and 5 minutes off, like a break. So once you have done that method for 60 minutes, you then have a half an hour break and you repeat as much as necessary. They're the 3 that I would recommend trying, testing out, seeing if you like. But again, you need to figure out paper, digital, and then what you need. Are you going to need a bullet journal because you like to customize it? What apps you're going to use if you are digital. Another point to add is color coding. Now, color coding can and will be your best friend when you're starting to organize. When I was at high school, I used one color per subject. That color coding method was perfect. And if you are going to start a color coding system, it needs to be cohesive and it needs to be the same. It needs to be the same if you're doing digital, paper, whatever methods, whatever system you find works for you. Your color code needs to supplement that and needs to be the same. My color coding system is pretty simple. I have like green is for, what is green for? I was right. Green is for YouTube, yellow is for university, purple is for personal. So when I am time blocking, I can time block on my iCalendar, which is what I use, and then it's all nicely color coded. And when I'm looking at my day at a glance, I can see exactly what is what and what aspect of my life takes up the most time throughout my day. Step 3 is you need to make it a routine. It's all good and fine if you plan for just your exams, but what happens for the rest of your time at school, at uni, at work, whatever you're doing, you need to have a routine. You need to figure out what day, pick a day that suits your schedule and stick to it. So personally, I plan for my week on Sunday. When I'm planning for a particular day, the night before I will plan my entire to-do list out on Notion, and then in the morning, so I refresh it and I revisit it, I write it down in my bullet journal. That's just what works for me. You could find that you could do it all in the night or all in the morning. It's honestly up to you, but you need to find a schedule, a routine, and you need to stick to that. I feel like I'm being so educational right now. When I'm planning on Sunday, that is a section in my gist routine, and I talk about gisting so much, and I'm sorry if I bore you guys, but anyway, it's just my favorite things to talk about. So yes, I also, the night before, I time block in my iCalendar, which is something I've recently started getting back into when I was studying for exams. This is just my reference point. I time blocked so heavily. The next step in how to organize and plan and how to become more productive is gather your supplies. If you are going to use a computer, gather your computer. It's my computer, but I check it on my phone quite frequently. If you are using paper, what are you going to use? This is my bullet journal. Gather your pens, your highlighters. You don't need the fancy mild liners, but if there's something you want, get them, because you need to make this process as fun as possible. Obviously, with your color coding system, you need to make sure you have like a highlighting color that matches that, because obviously if you're digital, you have an array of colors that you can use at your disposal, and when you're doing paper, obviously you are limited to what you can buy. But a good note, if you are in Australia, Kmart has very good, they're brush pens. They've got actually, if you've seen my recent vlog, you would have seen them, but you need to get a color coding system. And as you can see, my color coding system on my computer matches up to every single one of these colors here. Get good pens. Gather your supplies, and last and finally, start planning. But you just need to start. Once you start, you'll figure out what works for you. Mind you, I've been adapting and changing my system for about 5 years now. I started properly getting into planning when I was in year 9, and obviously I'm a high school graduate now, and I've never actually said that statement out loud. Like, I've known it, but I haven't really said it. Anyway, beside the point, Grace, I get so sidetracked. But yes, I started perfecting my system and starting my system in year 9. I don't even think I still nailed down my filing system, but I had one. I changed every year because I didn't know what I liked. But once you find it, and once you find what works for you, stick to it and just start. Get cool colors, get cool stickers. If you just want a simple planner, you can have just a simple straight planner. Like, Typo sells good ones, Kmart sells really cheap ones. Yeah, I definitely you don't need like a fancy day designer planner. You literally just need, this little guy here was $5 from Officeworks, and I'm just going to repurchase this again. And this pen was $2 from Officeworks. So you don't need really fancy supplies. And I'll show you a close-up of my bullet journal later on. You don't need fancy supplies to start planning. If you really want, you could just use one of these little notepads and plan on this. It's seriously, planning and organizing is up to you, and you just need to start, because I feel like planning and organizing is so beneficial for productivity, creativity, but it's so important for like just your everyday life. And once you start to plan, you'll start to realize how much time you have and how much time you're spending on mindless activities, like being on your phone, scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through Instagram, watching random cat videos on YouTube. I never do that, so I don't even know why I use that as an example. In the second half of today's video, I'm going to be talking you through my personal planning and organizing routine. In my particular system, in the digital realm, I use the mobile and desktop app called Notion. I've mentioned this before, but I love how extremely customizable it is. It houses to-do lists, habit trackers, budget plans, travel guides, and just regular notes. I found and discovered Notion. Firstly, I love that it's white and you can have little emojis and you can put pictures in there. How easy and simple it is to use. I love it. You can even, if you don't even want to use like iCalendar or Google Calendar or another calendar app, you can put your calendar in here. I personally don't like that because you can't have a color coding system. Color coding systems, guys, let me tell you, they're so important and so vital to productivity and organization and planning. In my digital system, I have on Notion, I have a life admin. This is my home base. This has my current goals, a quick reference system, which gives me access to my weekly reset list and my gist list. I then have my weekly schedule and my daily tracker. I also have a spot for my routines and where I can tick off my morning and my night routine. Following on from that, I have my brain dump, which houses anything from my to-do list and to my May reading list or my reading list for that particular month. My to-do list in my brain dump is broken down into 3 categories: my immediate, the next 2 weeks, and future. And then at the beginning of the week, I will review this and put it into my weekly agenda. But your to-do list and your brain dump can literally house anything from that you need to call somebody back, or that you need to buy milk from the shops, or that you need to plan and start this assignment. It's so customizable. Your brain dump, you can put anything in, your like shopping list, your to-do list, your reading list, anything. It's entirely up to you. You don't even have to have a brain dump if you don't want to. I personally just love having a brain dump, and that supplements my life admin page. I would just like to say your brain dump houses every single little piece of information that you must or need to remember that you are most likely to forget. The next page in my Notion is my weekly agenda. Now this houses up the top, it has my weekly goals, and every Sunday I will write 3 new goals for the week, which is something I've done in the last 5 weeks, and then something I've started implementing in the last 5 weeks. Then it has my video schedule. Underneath that, it is broken down into each day of the week. This houses my workouts, my filming, uploading, and content schedule for YouTube, and the most important to-do list tasks. And again, it's all color-coded, so I have a cohesive system. The last page in my Notion for planning and organizing is my to-do list. Now this is pretty self-explanatory, but mine is just broken down into today and tomorrow. And that is it. Well, it's not it for my digital system. Something I've recently gotten back into is time blocking, and I use iCalendar for this. It is so simple. It syncs between my iPhone and my computer. I think it's funny when I watch people's plan with me's or like organization videos, they're like, get Google Calendar, it syncs between your phone and your computer. iCalendar does the same thing. I don't know why iCalendar gets so much hate, because you can customize the colors. To me, I like the fonts better. I don't know, that's just me. Yes, my color coding system is the same on Notion, iCalendar, and in my bullet journal. But yes, I'm going to insert over the top what a day at a glance with time blocking for me looks like. Oh, my dad just sneezed. As for my paper system, I have a bullet journal. This houses my monthly calendar and a weekly spread for every week. Why did my voice sound so weird when I said every? Never mind. It is super simple, but again, it is extremely effective. Color coding system is the same. One thing you're gonna take from this video, once you start planning and organizing, obviously your color coding system is bogus if you don't actually plan or organize. But I love having these 3 systems: time blocking and iCalendar, my Notion, and my to-do list. And my bullet journal. I like having these 3 systems as they work side by side, and it also means my to-do list is in the same place. Is in the same place? I filmed for too much. Is in 2 places at all times. My weekly spread houses my weekly agenda off to the side, a spot for every day's to-do list, and a habit tracker for that week. I also use the mobile app Habit, which I talked about in my 10 productivity apps that you should get. I talked about in that video, which tracks my habits in more detail. The last point I would like to make, which is piggybacking on the fact that my to-do list is always in 2 places at once, because my Notion's to-do list is constantly changing underneath the today section, depending on which day it is. It obviously always changes. I like having my bullet journal because it's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, weekend. That essentially my to-do list is different on every single day, which means I can review my week in my bullet journal and see what exactly I got done and what I didn't do. And because it's color coded, I can then see where I need to put more time into a particular aspect of my life, which could be lacking because I may not have completed those tasks. I've spoken for too long. I cannot speak English anymore. So for the last component of this vlog, I feel like because we are nearing the end of May, that it would only be fair if I filmed a June plan with me for you guys, considering what this video was just all about, what this current video was just all about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I plan for the month of June in my bullet journal, which is pretty straightforward, but I figure I've just shown you like B-roll of it, and I haven't actually shown you how I do it in my planner and how I plan digitally for a new month. So first off, I'm just taking my trusted old bullet journal. Done the rough pencil sketch just because before I go in with my permanent pen, pretty much I just do a rough pencil sketch basically, and then I'm going to just flip it and do one side by one side, and then yeah, so I'm just going to time lapse. Now for the tedious part, which is where I need my calendar be strict, I need to obviously oh my gosh, I just created an event that lasted 2 months. That's not fun. June. Okay. Now the tedious part of writing in the dates. I'm going to be using pink for the month, the calendar. So essentially that just means I need to do a little pink dot in all of the corners. Or rub the numbers out, do a pink dot in the corner, and then go back in with a smaller pen and write the numbers in. So as you would have just seen, I have just completed my June monthly spread. It's pretty straightforward, it's just a little pink theme. So again, I have done a rough pencil sketch for one weekly outline. So I have just finished the first week of June's weekly spread. Following on from the monthly spread, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the weekly spreads off camera. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do for the plan with me is transfer everything that is on this calendar, obviously not my time blocking days, into my weekly spread. And I'm just going to show you a little flip through of the spread. So I did a pink, that's green, Grace, green spread. Don't look how ugly this is. I just like how it is, how it cohesively looks together, not the individual words. A purple spread. Oh my god, no, I missed one. Here we go. A blue, dark blue spread. Lucky day, special day. That's my birthday, guys. A purple spread, and then an orange spread. I haven't really done an orange spread, and I have to say the orange spread is kind of my favorite. I did disregard the fact that I haven't actually included the habit trackers for all of them. I just did one because that is so time consuming, and yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna fill this in now. Okay, so there's a few more things I have to put in here. I need to put in the Sweat It to Shred It workout program for how long, because I've started the week before, but I'm going to fill in the other weeks. I then also need to fill in my YouTube schedule, and again, the color key is off to the side, so I'm just going to fill in that now. So in her ebooks, you actually get a timeline, and they all have a corresponding name. So I'm just going to go in and put this little acronym in the respective day. Here is the final filled in thing with my video schedule. Don't mind the highlighter on my hand, and the workout plan. Also need to go in and highlight those in purple. Orange, not purple. Metal key, but orange, and then the others in purple. So I've just finished putting that in here. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to do my digital monthly plan. That's not really hard. My calendar is pretty much already full because of quarantine. There's not really anything. I'm not even at uni, that sort of stuff. So there's not a lot in there. In here, to go in and change this, except I haven't really done that, so I'm just going to do my May goal. You can't even see that, but anyway, I'm going to do my May goals and my May reading list. I'm just going to update them so they're June. So my June goals, I want to continue to time block every day. I want to maintain my daily meditation and journaling practice. I want to have the best 18th birthday. I want to work towards the Sweat It to Shred It 8-week program. My June reading list, I've just kept this book here, Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen McManus, Make It Happen by Jordan Levin, and Every Day by David. I'm going to try to pronounce that. Anyway, this I need to purchase, and then I've already got this one.
been meaning to read it for a while. Last thing I am going to do is I am going to update my YouTube content schedule. Cool, I have finished my content schedule for June. I have 6 videos going up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been filmed over the course of 5 days. It's been edited over the course of like 8 days. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up as it really supports my channel. I hope you like the fact that I told you through how to plan, how I plan steps, and then showed you a plan with me. Pretty much just an all-encompassing video. If you found my channel through this video, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week with another vlog.